Hello everyone, and welcome to my, well, not the first, but one of the programming tutorials I'm going to be doing now. This isn't a tutorial, this is how to make a plugin. So it kind of is a tutorial, but it's not in the way that it shows you how to do the whole thing instead of one small segment. For example, in this, what we're going to be doing is making the full-blown plugin instead of showing you how to make little bits. Like, instead of me telling you how to heal someone, which is really easy to figure out, I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing. So, here, just in case you're new to Java, these are projects. Now, these are two things I've got going for a friend who I'm currently working with. So, first things first, you need Eclipse. Now, you can download this on eclipse.org, I believe it is. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look then. I'll open up Chrome, and I will show you what else you need. You need to go to Bukkit, well, dl.bukkit.org. And you just click the recommended build, or let's say it's not updated yet, you can click alternate versions, and click Bukkit. Now, Bukkit is preferred to use along coders, I believe, because I remember reading it up somewhere in the forum. I'm not sure if this is true. I just remember I saw some mod guy or whatever come up and say, hey, you're meant to use this, and I'm like, oh, well, I read it up on someone else's anyway, so yeah, that's what you're meant to do. So first things first, once you've downloaded them, put them into a file and create a new Java project. Now, I'm going to call this YouTube. And now we just open it up and you should see this. Now, before we even get started, right click YouTube or whatever you name that and click Properties. Go to Java build path and click Add External Jars. Now, I don't actually have Bukkit here because don't ask me why. The new version of the recommended build has just come out, and I just downloaded that so I could test this and see if it would still be compatible. So I'm going to use this for the meanwhile. Don't worry about the next tutorial. It will have been transferred over to the proper Bukkit, but it shouldn't make a difference for tutorial's sake. But you know, if you're going to make it public, please use Bukkit. So now what you need to right click src. This is your source folder. Right click it and click New Class. Now go up to here where it says package. We could have created a package, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to now put you know, if you have a domain, put your domain. If you don't, just put me dot and then your name. So I'm going to put Callum dot and then the plugin that you're going to make, and I'm going to call it YouTube. And then I'll just put dot main, because I like to organize everything. Now, this is going to be all where my main stuff goes. And I'm going to call this plugin base. Name doesn't really bother out. So in here you should have the same as me, except your package should be different and your class name should be different. If it's not, then you just named it the same as me. So what we need to do, after it says plugin base type extends Java plugin cap sensitive, and you just import that by highlighting over it, and voila, done. So now we need to make two really important methods, onEnable and onDisable. So public void onEnable and public void onDisable. I don't know why I put a semicolon there. Now, what is this plugin going to do? This is going to be a plugin that's basically like Essentials. For those of you who haven't used Essentials, it's just basically, this will have a load of helpful commands. So, for argument's sake, I'm going to tell you how to use a command executor, because I think those are really important. It's just to stop this class from getting really messed up. So, inside of main, we will put a new class called commands, and this will implement command executor. Now in here we need to make a method called public boolean on command. Now this needs 4 arguments. It needs command sender, well you can call it whatever you want, but it just needs command sender, command cmd, string, label, this is what you're going to type, and string args. Square brackets is just to prove it's an array. So you're going to put an array of args like slash heal, what's his face, and however many hearts. So then we're just going to return true, just because I hate errors. Okay, so we've got everything set up. Now what we need to make something that will allow us to actually make this plugin runnable. So right click the name of your project and new file plugin.yml and go into it. Let me just close up all this. Okay, so now what we need to do in here, we need to put name, plugin name, YouTube, version 0.0.1. Yes, this is already 0.0.1. We are making progress. How long have we been recording for? 6 minutes. Yes. And we need to put the main, which is your package me.callum.youtube.main. You're getting this from there, and then you just put your main class. We don't have any commands yet, so that should be good to run. I'm not going to test that right now though. If I do test, I test off camera. So the next thing that we need to do is make it so whenever you join, you get a nice warm welcome message. So in here we're going to make a new class. Well, we're going to make a new package actually. So we're going to put this in listeners and call this join listener. Because I'm a nice guy, I like having custom messages. Just move my wires around. And this is going to implement listener. I was thinking of the wrong thing then. And this needs to have @event handler. This is what you need to put before all your events are registered, and then we're just going to put public void on player join. And what we're going to use is something called player join event. Now in these tutorials I'm not going to show you every event. I'm going to show you most of them, or some of them anyway. Now if you want to know anything, you need to use a bit of initiative, but I'm going to show you the first step. You need to open up reference libraries, and then craft bucket or bucket should be there. Scroll down until you find org.bucket.event. Now as you can see, these are all the events here. Now we're going to be using something in player, and it's going to be called player join event. Now most of these are fairly self-explanatory, like the name shows it, but we're going to use that. So we're going to put player join event and import it. So next what we need to do, we need to get the player, and we're going to name it player equals event get player. So the player who joins is a player. I don't know why we need to put that. It's just so much stupid in Java where it's just like, hey, we're going to call you a player, but you are a player. So basically now what we need to do is we need to make it so it will send them a message. So up here I'm going to make a constructor, public join listener, and it's going to take one argument, which is plugin base, or whatever you called it, and I'm just going to call this plugin. This.plugin equals plugin, and we need to make an object of plugin base up above. The first data type, public plugin base plugin, and import it. Okay, so now what we need to do in here, I want to initialize something. So we're going to make 3 files: public file folder, public file and public YML configuration config. And we just need to import the file and the config. So what we need to do is now we need to put this.folder equals plugin.get data folder, and we're just going to put this.file equals new file what we're going to make this. No, we need to put folder, comma, and then the file name. So what we're going to call this, configuration. .yml. .yml is very important, because I don't know what happens if you don't put well, I know what happens, it just creates a normal file. I don't know what the extension is, but it's not what we want. And then we need to put is config.load file. No, sorry, we don't. We need to put if folder, exclamation mark folder, dot exists. Then we want to create the folder, so folder.mkdir, and if the file dot exists, then we want to just make a new file. Now after all of this, wait, we need to try and catch that. Come on. Right, there we are. And no, this isn't final, is it? And then what we need to do is we need to put config.load file. We also need to initialize config. This.config equals new YAML configuration. And we need to try and catch this. I'm just going to use a multi-try and catch. Not the greatest way, but oh well. So far we have just loaded that file. So now these all contain the correct information for us to use. So down here what I want to put is config player.send message chat color. What color do I want it? I want it green. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a string value up here. I'm going to call it message, and I'm going to set it equal to config.getString, and I'm just going to call it, well, I'm just going to get the string join message, and I'm going to message, sorry. So when it joins, it's going to say to them, hey, thanks for joining. Except it's not going to say that. It's going to say something like that. How far through this are we? We have 12 minutes. We are almost there. We have almost done this in under 15 minutes. So that is as basic as events get. Trust me, you will not get an event less complicated than that. That is as basic as it gets. Besides event.set cancelled, but yeah. And what else do I want to do? Just thinking what else we need to do before we get on with it. I'm going to do plugin base. So, oh yeah, we need to set it in there actually. So what we need to do is we need to put file equals, not file folder, equals this.getData folder. File config equals, not new file folder configuration .yml. And let's have a look, is that what we called it? I believe it is, yes it is. And we just need to import file and YAML configuration. CFG equals new YAML configuration. And cfg.load config. Try multi-catch. And yeah, so now all we need to do is set something to it and save it. So cfg, that's it. Where did we put the path as? Join message. Welcome to what we're gonna call this. What can I say? Welcome to my server. And semicolon, just go to Java syntax, and then all we need to do is just save it. So cfg.save file. No, config, not file. I think that needs to be static then. I believe. No, I'm gonna go and test this and see if it works. If it does, I will be back. Oh no. So there's one last thing we need to do. We need to go to our project and click F5, and then we can export it. Now let's export it as YouTube.jar. So I will be back in 2. Guys, we have made an epic screw up. Let me just check we're actually going. Wait, are we going? Yes, we have made an epic screw up. Well, I've made an epic screw up. We tried to load something that doesn't exist, so we're gonna go into this, join listener. We're gonna delete that there. Well, we're just gonna copy it. But yeah. As we still wanted to check when someone joins, because what if you delete it mid-game? And we're just gonna change this to if config.exists. CFG mint config.create new file, and so that should be good then. So now I will re-export this and I will show you how it goes. Nothing now but clean sailing. There we are, so it's enabled, and if we look in plugins, here we have our file with, it should say the description, join message and welcome to my server. Oh, I don't think you're allowed to put caps in the path, by the way, here. Just preemptive warning. And now I'm going to try load up my Minecraft and see how long it takes. Yeah, this isn't the best computer. In fact, it's a pretty shite computer. But I wanted to read that. Get off my screen, bitch. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna join my local hosted server, because I can. Please tell me it worked. If this didn't work, this is gonna be the biggest screw up since mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is absolutely disgusting. Why did we screw up? Let's read this. What the fuck? There's no error. Okay, we screwed up really bad. I don't know where we screwed up, but we screwed up. Get shrink join message. Now you see, this is where we went wrong. So let's have a look at this. So we called it join message. So yes. Is it configuration.yml? Yes, it is. Hang on. I'm just gonna add a little bit of debug code here. I'm not leaving until this is done. Might just need loading, that's all, but it should be loaded. Alright, yes, I know where I went wrong. Screw it up. Sorry, I screwed it up. Here we need to use a plugin manager in plugin base, so we need to type. Shut up, sheep. Oh my god. Plugin manager pm equals new. No, equals this dot get server dot get plugin manager. pm dot register events, new, join listener, this. And we just need to set this as the executor. So basically what it's just saying, go into the other class and, just use everything from there. As I've said, if you know Java, you should know what all this means, but this is just getting the plugin manager, and this is saying, go in the other class, this is the class we want you to go in. The constructor says we're going to reference this class, so we need to reference this, and we need to say, we want you to perform it from here. And this is the command outpost. Now if we try it. No errors, that's a good sign. A lot of PvP is absolutely shite. Yeah, it worked! Yes, beat it! Beat it, beat it, don't know what to beat it. Sorry. So that concludes the first lesson on how to make a Bukkit plugin. So next lesson, you need to make sure you keep this for then, as I will be continuing on from then and making this more advanced. Next lesson we are probably going to get into breaking blocks and making it so only operators can break it on your server. And then I don't know what we're going to do. Probably just going to do some more stuff with events, but from there it is Callum signing off. Yay, still Direwolf's intro. Right, no, anyway guys, I'm on a serious note, I need to end the video here. So if you enjoyed the video, give us a like, or a thumbs up, or whatever you want to call it. If you want to see more of these, subscribe, and see ya, bye.